There are stories that begin with glitter, fame, and spotlight, and then there are stories like Courtney Nielson's, stories that begin with quiet dreams, unseen determination, and the kind of inner fire no one believes in until it finally burns bright enough to light an entire world. Courtney's rise is not just the story of a model. It is the story of someone who refused to shrink herself to fit a world that constantly demanded she become smaller. It is the story of a woman who discovered that sometimes the most powerful transformation begins the moment you decide you will no longer apologize for who you are. If you love journeys of resilience, evolution, and confidence, make sure you subscribe to Sweet Models World, where stories like Courtney's remind the world what true beauty can be. Courtney Nielson's path into the modeling industry began far from cameras and casting calls. She grew up in a place where dreams were often treated more like fantasies than goals, where ambition was admired only from a distance, and where pursuing something unconventional required a kind of bravery that didn't come naturally to everyone. But even as a young girl, Courtney carried an unusual sense of awareness about herself. She noticed beauty in movement, in clothes, in the way colors interacted with skin tones, in the way light danced across a face. While others were content with ordinary routines, Courtney found herself imagining entire worlds built from inspiration, magazine covers she had never seen, photo shoots she had never experienced, and achievements she had not yet earned. But she didn't begin by chasing attention. Instead, she chased excellence. She absorbed the fashion world quietly, studying the compositions of editorials, listening to interviews of models she admired, and paying attention to the details most people ignored. She wanted to understand what made an image powerful, what made a model memorable, and what made a career sustainable in a world built on constant change. While her peers pursued more traditional paths, Courtney began training herself, body, mind, and spirit, long before she ever took her first professional picture. Her early entrance into social media became the unexpected door she never knew she needed. With no strategy other than authenticity, she began sharing photos that captured her personal style. Simple, clean, expressive. She wasn't trying to stand out. She was simply trying to express herself. But sometimes authenticity becomes the loudest statement of all, and audiences began to notice her effortlessly magnetic presence. She had a way of holding a camera's gaze that made people pause. Her confidence wasn't loud. It was intentional. Her elegance wasn't forced. It was organic. Her appeal wasn't curated. It was genuine. Soon, small collaborations began appearing in her inbox. Local boutiques, emerging designers, small brands searching for someone who could bring their vision to life. Courtney accepted each opportunity not for the attention, but for the experience. She approached every project like a cornerstone, like a step towards something far greater than what she could see. She practiced poses in her mirror at night. She studied lighting. She analyzed her photos not to criticize herself, but to understand how to improve. She committed to mastering her craft the way a sculptor masters marble, slowly, intentionally, with relentless dedication. Her growth became unmistakable. Her style evolved from casual expression to refined aesthetic. Her digital presence matured into a polished brand. People began following her not just for her beauty, but for the inspiration she radiated. She became a guide for young women seeking confidence, a reminder that self-belief is a journey rather than a destination. With every post, her audience grew, and with every opportunity, her talent sharpened. As her platform expanded, so did her opportunities. What started as small modeling gigs developed into partnerships with national fashion labels, beauty companies, and lifestyle brands. Courtney became known not only for her striking visuals, but for her professionalism and work ethic. She arrived early. She supported creative teams. She respected photographers, stylists, and directors. She listened, learned, and contributed. She made the work feel easy, not because it was easy, but because she made excellence look effortless. But every journey has challenges. Behind her serene presence were nights of doubt, pressure, comparison, and exhaustion. Social media can be unforgiving, and the modeling world can be brutal. There were expectations she struggled to meet, criticisms she had to rise above, and moments where she questioned if the industry had space for someone like her, someone who valued authenticity over performance and depth over perfection. Yet Courtney refused to compromise herself. She refused to conform to unrealistic ideals. She refused to shrink for applause. Instead, she found power in embracing who she truly was. Her individuality became her strength. Her natural expression became her signature. Her self-acceptance became her statement. She learned that the most compelling models are the ones who bring their truth into every frame, and she allowed her truth to guide her forward. Her presence on Sweet Model's World symbolizes this transformation, this evolution from dreamer to achiever, from unnoticed talent to recognizable inspiration. She represents every young woman who has ever felt underestimated, every aspiring model who feared she wasn't enough, and every person who believed beauty was something they needed to earn. Courtney shows that beauty is not earned through validation. It is activated through courage. Her story continues to unfold, not with overnight success, but with consistent, intentional growth. Today, Courtney Nielson stands as a rising figure in the modeling world, an influencer whose content captivates, a model whose presence commands attention, and a woman whose journey continues to inspire audiences across the globe. She blends fashion with meaning, elegance with strength, and creativity with resilience. She stands for individuality, for empowerment, and for the quiet magic that comes from believing in yourself even when no one else sees the vision. Every campaign she participates in, every photo shoot she completes, every runway she graces is another chapter of a story she is writing with purpose. She is proof that modeling is not just about appearance. It is about storytelling, emotion, expression, and connection. It is about transforming clothing into narrative and turning imagery into impact. Courtney does this with grace, precision, and authenticity. Her followers admire her not only for her beauty, but for her discipline, her vulnerability, her transparency, and her inspirational presence. She openly shares the ups and downs of her journey, reminding her audience that success is built on showing up even on the days when confidence feels out of reach. She encourages others to step into their potential boldly. She teaches that the real glow comes from inner strength, not external expectation. As she looks toward the future, Courtney envisions a career that extends beyond modeling alone. She wants to create a space where women feel seen, uplifted, and validated. She wants to build a brand rooted in empowerment and individuality. She wants to continue inspiring young models to pursue their dreams with resilience, to embrace their uniqueness, and to recognize that the journey is just as beautiful as the destination. Courtney Nielson's story is a message to every dreamer listening. Your path may be unconventional, your progress may be slow, and your victories may be quiet, but every step counts. Every small improvement, every lesson learned, every challenge overcome is shaping the future you desire. Her journey is proof that success is not about perfection. It is about persistence, purpose, and passion. If Courtney's story inspires you, then Sweet Model's World is the place where stories like hers live, grow, and continue to empower people across the world. Subscribe to the channel and join a community that celebrates confidence, creativity, and the limitless potential within every model's journey. Courtney's biography is still being written, still expanding with new achievements and opportunities. But one thing is certain, her impact will echo far beyond photo shoots and social media posts. She is not just shaping her career, she is shaping the narrative of what modern beauty can represent. She is turning dreams into reality, challenges into momentum, and ambition into legacy. And as her journey continues, one message remains clear. Your story matters, too. Your dream matters. Your voice matters. And like Courtney, you have the power to rise, evolve, and inspire others simply by being the most authentic version of yourself. Let her journey remind you that greatness begins the moment you believe you are worthy of pursuing it. Let her resilience inspire you to chase your goals boldly. And let Sweet Model's World be your home for every story that pushes you forward. Because Courtney Nielson is not just a model. She is a symbol of what happens when passion meets discipline, when creativity meets courage, and when a dreamer refuses to stop dreaming. And her best chapters are still ahead.